Right guys, Gemini back with another video, and in this video today, just before we get started, people are going to get worn out on my old tape reviews and my WCW talk, but you know what, that's okay to me, because I think I would rather record something that I'm interested in and something that I had fun watching than to worry about if a bunch of people are watching or not. I mean, the views are there anytime I want it. All I have to do is probably buy something new or mention the name Sean's Views, and I'm sure people will come back and watch the video. But I just, my interest right now is talking about stuff that I had fun with, talking about stuff that truly made me a wrestling fan. And today's video I want to talk about, man, didn't that used to be cool as hell when the NWO back in the day was out in the ring and they were trashing some big baby face, or they were talking a bunch of shit, or Eric Bischoff would be talking a bunch of trash and telling Sting that he should be worshiping the spit that Hogan, that Hogan walks on, or whatever that was, and then Sting would pop down through the top, with the cable on his back, and then Sting and the NWO would just start trashing. Or Sting would just start trashing the NWO. God, that has to be one of the funnest times in wrestling. And I actually had an opportunity. I was at a Nitro in Sacramento in '98, where the NWO was out there, and they were talking a bunch of shit. And then Sting came, and he came rushing down. And then he would he'd have the ball bat, and he'd get into the NWO. And it was cool as hell, man. I'm telling you. When Sting was battling the NWO, that had to be probably my favorite time in WCW. Just in the way he did it was so unique. You know how he'd come through the ring and attack Hogan or Bischoff from behind underneath the ring. He'd climb a hole through the ring and come up, or he'd come down through the ceiling. Obviously, they're not going to do that anymore. This was all before Owen Hart died. In '99 that they did all this stuff. But that was when Sting was battling the NWO, definitely one of my favorite times in wrestling. And I'm hoping that the DVD this Tuesday, Sting Into the Light, shows a shitload of that stuff when it was NWO versus Sting. Definitely one of the coolest things in wrestling. And it was exciting, man. When he would come down, that crowd would just pop. The announcers would go nuts. There's so much energy in the building when Sting would arrive, and especially with Dusty Rhodes on the call. Because Dusty Rhodes, man, I mean, some of it was for show, but you can legitimately tell when Dusty was on commentary and Sting would come down, he would feel it, and you would feel his heart, and you would feel Dusty get excited about it. Like Uncensored '97, you could tell Dusty Rhodes was way into it. He's like, "Go get him! Go get him!" And it was fun to hear Dusty Rhodes mark out like that. And you don't hear commentators genuinely feel the matches as wrestling fans. You listen to wrestling announcers today as employees, but Dusty didn't care. He made the shit look so real. Sting in the NWO looked even more real, with Dusty Rhodes going nuts on the outside of the ring. And I really miss when wrestling looked real, because these guys were legit fans calling it. So we'll finish up here. Sting versus NWO, one of the coolest things that I had ever seen in wrestling, and I'm a huge fan of it. Can't wait to get the DVD on Tuesday, and I want to thank you for listening. Have a good one.